Hello guys, and thank God it's Monday. We have decided and set on a mission to make the Monday the best day ever, the awesomest day of the week, if there is such a word as the awesomest. I don't think it scales well. Awesome? Awesomer? The awesomest. That's just silly, man. Huh? The most awesome. But anyway, guys, we are very determined to make a Monday a better place to live. And especially for that, we will be having a free-for-all audience battle. Now, you may say, free-for-all, that's boring. Who watches that crap on the internet? You do, guys. Because free-for-all on Jägerlisk TV is... it's not ordinary free-for-all. What you need to do in order to win this free-for-all and in turn win a Jägerlisk TV t-shirt. I don't have one on myself right now, but they are awesomer. In order to win that, what you need to do is to impress the audience. So all of the players that play in the Thank God It's Monday free-for-all have exactly 25 minutes to impress everyone who's watching on stream. Now then people will vote who was their favorite player, and that player will get a t-shirt sent his home by ourselves. So guys, you know, I think that's pretty motivating for participation, and we have saw that last week, and that's one of the reasons the game is still loading. This is why I'm talking so much. We have saw that last week, and you know, we said, you will get a t-shirt if you win this, and people went crazy. That all were determined like crap to be the last man standing, to impress the audience. They were doing everything they could possibly do in order to win that t-shirt. I mean, you know, t-shirt isn't that much, but it's something. It's a souvenir, and you can win yours exactly here if you play. And I think it went so good that we decided to keep the tradition on, and we will be having Scrabblem logging as always. And we will be having this prize for every single freaking Monday of the upcoming and foreseeable future. Right, guys, so let's get into the game. The first player of the match that we have on our screens is none other than Mestru. His opponent will be someone else who is Ubic, spawning as the pink Terran, if my eyes are not mistaken. We have a Salvation coming our way, the army of Salvation. My god, that's going to be an impressive army. And Shepard, the guy who has escaped from Mass Effect universe and is back to kick some asses. I wonder where he did park his Normandy. And Scrabblem, he had a little bit of internet connection. There's a little bit of sparks flying out of his command center, but you know, technical problems are just the nature of Scrabblem. We have Bjorn. Have you watched that awesome animated short, the saga of Bjorn? That's... yeah, it was spelled completely differently. It was like a Norwegian hero, sorry, a Viking, and and he was fighting for his way to get into Valhalla, so he had to fight in battle, but everyone just kept dying around him. So anyway, Bjorn it is as a blue Protoss. We have Damian, who spawns as the blue Terran, slightly less blue than Bjorn, and Mruvce, who used who very wittily used the double O in his nickname and just spawns as a Zerg. And that's it, guys. So let's see what the game starts with. Shepard, he already called for some help from the Normandy team, but well, unfortunately, I'm afraid they won't come right now. And he's going for triple barracks. Let's see what Ubic does. 2 barracks right now. Ooh, triple barracks, Shepard. You know, this is very sneaky when you're playing free-for-all. No standard build applies, because free-for-all is every man for himself. You cannot do anything about free-for-all. And if you go expansion first and in macro build, you will probably get destroyed by... I'm sorry, by your neighbors. Now, what I always wonder about is when the overlords are flying one next to each other, and as you can see they have spikes on their carapace, why don't they pop themselves? You know, when one bumps to the other, why doesn't the other go and away, and you know, the opponent is supply block? But I guess this wasn't made to be a realistic game. Okay, Ubic doing fine. I know that it doesn't sound particularly well in English. Ubic. Let's agree, you know, he means the place by the sea or a lake, not the women of loose associations with other people around. Anyway, Scrablem doing a bunker, 4 racks, very safe way. Not too many Zergs, only 2 Zergs, and my god, they are next to each other. It's going to get rough, and when the rough gets tough. Right, Mestru with a lot of Zerglings being prepared for whatever comes his way, but this brave Zergling from Rufcher will scout that there is going to be a Baneling nest, and Mestru is kinda hoping for an attack here. There's a Spinecrawler there and 1 Roach, but 1 Roach may not be enough to hold off a Baneling aggression. Bjorn, on the other hand, has 2 gateways and a very fast robotic facility right now. All players playing it quite safe, except Shepard. He is used to the games where he's the main hero and the main objective of everything is just destroy the other guys. And that's how simple the world is for Shepard. Ubic has to retreat. He will lose a supply depot. Hiding it below the ground won't stop anyone from shooting it down. And Ubic lands his barracks, you know, deeper in the base where he has the protection of the bunkers. Salvation is preparing his Salvation army, and that will be epic when Salvation army will be taking over everyone else, if he manages to do so. And we have Scrablem, who builds a bunker in a very brave spot, but that will be no longer. The bunker gets taken down. Thank you very much. Mestru tries some aggression. Will that work? I don't think he has many Banelings now. No, he doesn't. He splashed all of them to this Spinecrawler. Now Zergling's just running amok around Murfch's base, but he is well prepared with his roaches. And they just soaked up all the damage. Now, Scrablem has an issue here, because he went for very fast 4 axes, but is building the tech lab just right now. Building a tech lab at 7-minute mark means you will probably have the steam and shields upgrade, but by around 11-minute mark, it's not very good. And now Salvation has managed to secure an expansion, very good for him. And Shepard being an ass for his neighbor. I'm sorry, Ubic, but you will need to go away. Ooh, touche. Which means get the off. Shepard is being beaten down by a bunch of workers, and the rest of them just try to escape. But I don't think Ubic will have a way out of here. He will try to fly off with his command center, but I'm not sure it will work. Bjorn, on the other hand, is doing an extra strong attack with double immortal push. A strategy that is very popular in Heart of the Swarm, by the way. And Damian is defending with a lot of Marauders. Immortals will need to focus them down. The question is, will Bjorn have enough micro to manage that? He should have. He's in a very good spot, but he needs to be careful. A lot of worker has been pulled back to help and stop this aggression. Oh, you know, this is all very difficult for the Immortals to hold off. By the way, workers are one of the most effective units to fight off Immortals just after Marines. If you surround an Immortal with workers, it just goes down so fast. No shields apply. Shepard hunting down Ubic. He hasn't been a very good neighbor, and maybe Shepard will just settle here again. Ubic, well, he didn't find his own spot. There's no place like home, he said, but then you need to be careful who your neighbors are. And Salvation defending with his workers, gripping the game by his teeth, but he won't be able to hold off. And Scrablem gets into his base, and it has been looking so good for Salvation. He went for siege tanks, but unfortunately in Wings of Liberty, siege tanks can't siege right after they are produced. They need a little bit more time and special care in their own factory. Now Scrablem will probably just take down Salvation, and Salvation says, "Okay, well, you know, it's a matter of opinion." if you ask me. Damian, on the other hand, had to retreat. had to retreat with this command center, or will have in a second. That's what I wanted to say. Bjorn, very aggressive again, and I don't think Damian has enough units. Oh, well, he steams and tries to catch. Very nice focus on these immortals. One of them falls down, and the units of the Terran just retreat to the bunker. A very safe way to play against an aggressive player. And Bjorn also sees what's happening, but he has so many Stalkers at this point. Will there be enough focus micro? Are there enough Marines? These immortals are the key in this fight. He just needs to keep them alive. Macro Monster says Shepard to advertise himself, but I'm not sure that's true. So it was, oh yeah, it wasn't a very good advertisement. Maestro still fighting off Mruvci, but Mruvci was eventually killed off, and Maestro has managed to secure this, but then also he didn't manage to get any expansions. Mruvci right now trying to get some kills on the map, maybe force a castle on the Nexus, but unfortunately not so. And what he does is he retreats with all of his units back to this point where he starts a new hatchery and hopes to colonize new worlds. Unfortunately, in Starcraft universe, new worlds are either filled with alien races who reach beyond eons in the past and are so technologically advanced that you will not find them very cool, or just bugs, and you know, they still taste like chicken, but they can chop off your head with one sweep of their blades. Now Scraplem is trying to clear this off. I'm not sure why, but there wasn't any opponent left. Scraplem doing very well. Maestro still doing well, and now takes 3 bases, which is pretty sensible thing to do. Ubic with not very much buildings left on the map, just builds one last command center, because otherwise he'll be out of this, and the barracks are burning down. And I'm sorry guys, yeah, the poor teacher that was in there. Shepard still doing mass marines. Let's see what his upgrades are. Where are the marines? Thank you. 1-1 upgrades. 2-2 if I'm not mistaken on the way. No, it's not. He forgot about the armory. Scraplem fighting off. What the hell is Scraplem doing? Is he? Yeah, he wants to go mass marine. You know, you could have just lifted off the barracks and put the reactors here, but no, it's not the most bullet way of doing this. Shepard again being aggressive, and he finds Mruvci on the map. Mruvci won't stand a chance against him, and he says GG. So this is it for Mruvci, guys. We have still 10 more minutes, and we will have to decide which one of them will win a t-shirt. Bjorn still very aggressive, and he did manage to clear off the Terran's base. Damian doesn't stand a chance against a player with so many immortals. Now the question is, how will he stand a chance against Shepard? Nice force fields, but a little bit too late, and this is how the immortals get killed. Ooh, that's not very good to lose these precious units. He will need more stalkers, and he will need a sentry. He doesn't have either of them in abundance. Now Maestro comes in, but he says, oh, well, yeah, so you keep playing, boys. And Maestro will go for the Nexus kill, while Shepard, well, suddenly is pushed back. So Shepard, with all of his power, managed to destroy a lot of the immortals, and basically has left Bjorn at the grace of Maestro, who, as we know, isn't very graceful. In a very direct sense of that. And Bjorn right now is probably going to lose. Now this is the price you pay for too much aggression, but then aggression is what we like in Thank God It's Monday. You don't need to win this game, you don't need to be the one player dominating. Last week a guy who kept putting down fires in his command center nearly won the t-shirt, because he was just so determined to stay into the in the game. So that's the kind of attitude you guys should display. Now there's a huge army from Scraplem. He took down the Salvation Army, and right now is having one of his own. Doom, doom, doom. Ubic says the worst thing you can say to a Thank God It's Monday player: you were boring. Don't vote for him. Yeah, you guys will be voting. Shepard losing his command center. Oh my god, these medivacs were helpful, but not against such a swarm. we know Scrablem has been playing a lot of Heart of the Swarm recently, and I can tell that he was playing a Zerg because he doesn't mind having any other units than the basic ones. Now Shepard is pushed back against the wall. He needs to hold off here, but will he manage to do that? He has 2 command center, but Mestru is here. Mestru is pretty much everywhere, and he's just trying to get some free kills with his Mutilisks. Shepard has to retreat with the command center. It will probably get taken down. It will be the slowest and the most painful death we have seen on stage for a very long while. But yeah, it's indubitable. Now, Messer with a lot of macro power right now. Let's see, he has taken 4 bases so far and can afford a lot of production. He's doing centrifugal hooks and is producing 54 Zerglings. Yeah! And he will say, and he will dance, and he will sing, "This is how we roll," because these Banelings will be rolling, and the Marines will keep destroying now. Yeah, that was a bad rhyme. Don't quote me on that. Once I am very famous, just try not to play the shows that I'm running right now too often. Scrablem right now, well, kinda trying to keep his position stable, and Shepard also. Who's throwing those scans? Is it? Why was Shepard throwing scans on himself? I have no freaking idea. And Damian eventually got eliminated, and I'm sorry he wasn't able to keep these buildings up and put down all the fires, not like the firefighter we had last week. And Master with a couple of Mutalisks managed to deal so much damage. So I think we have only 3 players in the game. Shepard, who's moving a lot, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything. And ooh, there's no split on the Marines, and there's so many Banelings, I have to say it. Now the Banelings just keep rolling, and the heads keep... Nah, I won't nail this rhyme. You just need to know that the Marines have freaking exploded in the air in a lot of A shit. But one day I will be good enough to rhyme. And that will be the awesomest day of all. Now let's check Scrablem. He is still very stable, not very keen on attacking anyone. He's just afraid of losing or losing his army. And Shepard calling in the reinforcements, and he's just wondering now, where have I parked my Normandy? Not so sure. And he calls Rex and he calls Garrus, but I'm sorry, they are not a part of this universe. Now Scrablem trying for a final push. Let's see, his supply is 161 against Mestru's 130, and let's see how this goes. Mestru kind of feels it's not very good. Marines are stimped and split, but is it... Was it actually what he was planning to do? Oh, these Banelings get so many nice hits. And the roach approach doesn't work very well. Mestru with another 52 Zerglings should be able to hold this off. Shepard, I'm still alive, yes, but what sort of alive is that? Just, you know, go to your spaceship and try to... You know, what is the reason that most male players play Mass Effect? It's because you can sleep with the NPCs, and some of them are quite hot girls. So I guess that's the main motivation of our male part of the audience playing Mass Effect. But Shepard, no, that's, well, girls. I was into girls, but that was a long time ago. Now I'm just into conquering other worlds, and why wouldn't I? And I like flying my buildings. Flying the buildings is so awesome, I cannot express this. And these barracks, can you see the very orderly fashion these barracks fly? How many players can boast such a skill? Now this command center, oh my god, have you seen a command center fly so directly to an expansion? This is what Shepard does to impress you guys, keep that in mind. Scrablem on the other hand, still alive and trying to approach Mestru, but there will be another batch of Banelings. Very smart move, trying to unload his marines right into the bailing blob, but it didn't turn out quite the way he wanted. Mestru reacted on the spot, very nice reflexes, even though recently me and Mestru had a reflexes duel and I won that, he's still better at Starcraft. Oh, what a hit! Now that was one of the... No, we have another one. That was one of the best and the biggest hits of bailings that we ever saw in Thank God It's Monday. And we're approaching the 25-minute mark, and it's time to decide which one of these players has won the t-shirt. And which one of these players was the awesomer or awesomest in this show. Mestru, well, he's quite owning, what can you say. He was for a very long time on one base, but he managed to explode into 4 bases. We have Scrablem, who had a huge army with which he didn't do too much. Shepard, who had a couple of nice quotes, but besides that he mostly flied his building and moved his army to look impressive, because this is what the current RPGs are all about. We had Damian, who he was defending, and Bjorn, who was very aggressive, had a lot of immortals and nice micro, and that's pretty much it, except the Zerg guy who was called Mruvche, who was just beaten by Mestru and didn't turn out to be the best of these 2 Zergs in this game. So guys, let us know, who do you think is the best player and who of them all deserves a t-shirt, a Yegalisk TV t-shirt with no sweat stains. We don't give that bonuses to our viewers. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. I'm bamba bumping and I'm proud to do it. So let's say we have a couple of votes for Mestru, 1 or 2 for Bjorn, and a couple for Shepard. Come on, guys. Their faith hangs on the string of your voting. Shepard, Scrablem. Okay, I think this is all between Shepard and Mestru, so vote for one of these 2 players. Come on, I want to see your voices. Oh, Bjorn is... well, Bjorn had his share of fans, but eventually it's going to be Shepard! Okay guys, so Shepard has impressed you the most because he is one of the famous characters in Mass Effect universe, and he just picks on chicks, so that's the reason we all love him. Thank you very much guys for playing, thank you very much for watching, and the t-shirt goes to Shepard. Bum 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 bum. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Alrighty. So that's going to be it for today, because we had, I think in the calendar it says we're going to do a Dota 2 show, but since there was not too much interest in playing Dota 2 with me, and only a couple of people showed up, we won't be doing that for now. The thing you need to know, guys, is this week we have the premiere of Yegalisk Master Cup, a weekly series of tournaments that will happen every Friday at 8 o'clock each evening, and it will feature, I hope, the best European players, as well as $100 prize. It's always a nice tournament online. From what I saw recently, there aren't too many online tournaments to play in. Well, there are still quite a lot, but not as many as there used to be. So we hope we get nice players, and we probably will be featured on Team Liquid, so it's quite big. And yeah, so we'll be running these tournaments every week for your pleasure. This will be my way of training myself to become a better caster, for your pleasure, and also for promoting esports. We want to create an environment where the players can grow, and the more online cups there are, the better, because these guys will have more opportunity to grow. To get into that cup, you need to be at least 18, I guess. No, I'm not sure about that, but you need to be diamond or higher, otherwise well, yeah, you will not qualify. And this is why we do this? Because if we start a tournament with diamond or higher players, that means the whole tournament will be of a very equal level. Diamond player versus a masters player is more or less equal match. Now masters against grandmaster is probably less, but still the level of the game should be very equal, and we should have a lot of competition and players struggling for the cash. And you know, $100 isn't a lot, but it still can buy you a nice night out. So I guess that's awesome. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have a Dota 2 Academy where I will be playing Lina. Exactly as I played Skeleton King last week. And besides that, I think there will be one more part of that guide we will see in a second. Yeah, anyway, I didn't mention this. I need to check. I need to do my homework. Bye bye, guys, and if you have any question, I'll be back with you in a second for these of you who are watching this live.